everyone. Welcome, SMF MMT's weekly Google chart. We just came off a quadruple witch, and oh boy, it was fast and hard. And we've been having our own MMT conversations this morning. They've all been very good. And basically, we're going to take a look at this weekly chart on Google right here. It's a weekly movement, okay? The upper side of Google looking forward is we're going to take a look at this weekly price action bar. That weekly half bar in the near term is 592.69 MMTs. We need to close above that price action bar. Once we do, we're going to look for that price action bar, which just so happens to be 616. This is where that big reversal bar within its 4-week downtrend hit those bottoms down here at 544. So we had the big reversal. Then we've had the releveraging of that trend. This is the consolidation above the price, 592.69 MMT. The thing that I would like people to know is that at the time that this was happening here, it was closing on that date. That date's 11/15/2010. That's your weekly date then. 11/15/2010, right here, 11/15. You would know that the trend in Google was extremely weak because it was in your closing half bar in your MM platform. It calculates it for you automatically, minus $25.20 below the previous action bar, and that's when it was in trouble. Now that we've taken out the 571 half bar, then we're up here at the 586 half bar, and we're finally going to tell you that this half bar movement here in the total action for last week, half bar price is 595.43. So this next new week, we're going to carefully see how we start to take out and close above certain levels. That's the total weekly movement for there. The key is right here at the 592.69 weekly bar right here, which was $25 below that previous bar, half of this one. It tells you right there back in that time frame. And it's 100% accurate. Each one of these delta lines are $5.70 for Monday. How about that? So, MMTs, we are on the weekly, we're going to look for half of this bar that we break above this one here, and we close above 592.69, and then we work our way back up toward that previous high bar right here, 594.34, and then consolidate above the 595.34 to get the greater breakout, back here in our delta ranges. We can see that 3 deltas up is 605.47, 4 deltas is 610.35, 5 deltas up is 615.25. So we're going to watch to see if we can get above that 1 delta eventually. That's where the biggest part of the price action above 600 will start to work our way up. Going into January, we will start to work our way up in that direction. If the bar fails, then we're going to work our way downward. And the support levels, 581.02. So you got 585.91, 581.02, 576.13, and these are going to be your lower delta support lines. So if you go 3 deltas down, that equals $576.13. It works both ways, positive and negative. We don't care. What we care about is that the MMT is getting the right call options or the right short-term put options. You can use the strike price, and we're very experts in the options market. So I've given out the Who Daddy Christmas Daddy right here to the MMTs. And this is your price action. Remember, half of the previous week bar, this is this closing week here, that was $586.10. And we closed at the last bid and ask print was 590.80, and a 1 delta movement is in play, okay, on the weekly. So 5.70, I've given everyone the support and resistance. we would be shorting at breaking this half bar. If I can't close above this half weekly bar and we get into next week and we fail, it's an automatic short-term put options until we come down and we start making it. We've had a 1 week off the bottom, price action, bottom up, second week, third week to this topping area. We took out this last high, this last part of the downtrend MMTs. That's this bar right here. Let's take a look at it. 587, 140. And guess what? We're closing about a little over $3 above this bar. So that suggests that this 592 is we're going to blow through it. The blue line is just a 10-week moving average. That really doesn't matter. On your weekly, you can see here that you have had a delta expansion in the brain. MMTs, when we put in the bottom, we have been expanding in our brain, meaning that the delta expansion also is equal to the trend being very strong. Because if it's moving, when this is ascending, that's this one delta, that's what's in your brain. That means that the trend itself, the trend equals the SMF trend analyzer says it's strong. Because when you're building, just like it went weak, here you had delta contraction, and all of that delta contraction in your brain would tell you to stay short until it hit a bottom here. And we can see the relationship here in your brain. So when you're ascending, you're building strength. And you could even go flat here, so that way that we know that every pullback is buyable and it bounces and makes higher highs in the trends. And this is a key thing inside of your market maker pricing system in the brain here. So basically, ascending means strength. Descending means weakness. And same thing on your other time frames. I have given you a gift. I will give off of the videotape to certain MMTs that are here in training session today some really good option entries. And that's getting the upside calls and the downside puts, so that if one of these two trends don't come through, you can cut the one side out and let the other side run, so that way you get money made on this Google. And this Google is acting nice. This is an SMF proprietary indicator. It's not a standard indicator like all of these. These are standard technical analysis indicator. I've got a list of them longer than the, gosh knows. They're all right there. We don't use those. We wrote these own. They belong to us. It's proprietary. That's also a trend analyzer, MMTs. Look for the glory.